You know something that I never thought, and this is like a lightning bulb hitting my mind, like every new revelation that I come to. Um, I'm capable of loving somebody, and I'm in love with the girl, right? And I say that, and it sounds so fucking corny, but it's like I'm in love with the girl. You know, like that statement means everything to me. I'm able to love. I'm able to live. I'm able to feel. I'm able to be. And be in a way where I can let down my guard and love somebody. And see somebody as someone that isn't perfect, somebody that isn't a detriment to my life. You know, I have this habit and I have this disease, right? I have the disease of addiction, I have this disease of alcoholism, and I get addicted to all the things that destroy me. That is my disease, that I get addicted to the things that destroy me, the person and the things that destroy me. I love to destroy myself. I'll destroy myself in 100,000 different ways, and I could show you exactly how to do it. And today, I don't feel like I want to die. Actually, today I want to feel like I want to live. I want to live more than ever. I want to live because I have something to live for. I want to live because I have a purpose. I want to live because I have a reason to fucking live. Before, I'm not saying like recently, but like before, I didn't have a reason to live. I couldn't come up with 10 reasons to why I could live, why I need to live, why I need to make it past 21 years old. And yet today I'm 22. Yet today I'm 3 years sober. Yet today I could see the bright side of life. Yet today I was able to fall in love. Yet today I was able to show love. Yet today I was able to look at my mother in the eyes. Yet today I was able to call my friend and be like, yo bro, how are you doing? Yet today I was able to be a person that I never fucking was able to be. And that's something that I always have to remind myself and remember, that I used to be not this person. I used to be far from this person. I used to be incapable of love. I used to be incapable of success. I used to be incapable of being a good person because I had something controlling me. I used to be incapable of having a relationship with God. I used to be incapable of finding serenity. I used to be incapable of finding peace. I used to be incapable of life. I used to be incapable to detach from the fact of what reality is and get into my own reality and define my life and define what I want to do with my life. Because I want to do so much, right? But at the end of the day, you can be defined and trapped in this world and in this abyss of the world where this world is now defining you. That monetary value defines who you are. The things that you can provide defines who you are. I don't need to live in that reality today. I don't need to. I don't need to cast away to a new reality. I don't need to get high to free my mind. I can free my mind by myself. I can free my mind by changing my perspective. I can free my mind by getting on my knees and praying to God. There's so many things that I can look at today that is so different from the past life that I had. And it's like, if you never see the bright side, if you never see the bright side of your story, if you never play your story all the way through to realize, dude, I'm the farthest from the farthest away from the fucking loser I tell myself I am every day. Because when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'm just like, yo, you're a fucking loser. Yo, what the fuck are you waking up at 5 for? like, what are you even living for? And this, I don't know what to call it. It's like a impersonation syndrome where it's like you don't believe who you actually are. You don't believe the things that you actually been given. You don't know why you've been given it. And you're like, damn, what the fuck? I feel like a fraud. I feel like a fraud every day of my life. This, that, and this, right? But on the back end of that, it's like, no, you're not a fraud. This is you. This is you, and this is who you want to be. And this is who you are. And I'm showing you this is who you are. You know, and it's like, you don't have to believe you're a fraud. You aren't a fraud. You're you. And you're being you for the first time. You're being and acting as the person you want to be. The thing about lies and the thing about this fraudulent persona of losing yourself or not being yourself only is true when that's the person that you don't want to be. You know, I was a fraud. I know what being a fraud is because I was a fraud. I was a fraud to the world. I wanted to act like I didn't give a fuck. I wanted to act as this nonchalant person. I wanted to act cool. I wanted to act as if I didn't have feelings. I wasn't a person, and I was smoking and doing drugs and doing this to keep that character going. Today I'm playing, of course you're playing a character. You're always playing a character in life. You're always playing a new character, testing out a new person, trying to figure out who you are. Which are these characters that you're playing? Some of these characters have depth, some of these characters don't. Some of these characters are a mask of the person that you actually are. But today I'm able to play a better character. I'm able to be a better character of this movie in life. I'm not the villain today. I'm trying to be the superhero. I'm not going to save the world. I'm not going to save myself. But I can save nothing. I don't know. I don't know what I could fucking save. But I want to be the good guy in the story. And I'm trying to be the good guy every day. You know, and whether that may come with misfortune, whether that may be like, oh, life is tearing me down, that's perfectly fine, because you come to these points where you have this bright side, where you realize this is all happening for me. You know, God is working, and I can't understand how he's working, but he's working. He's working in a mystical, magical way that I can't even comprehend. He's doing for me what I could never do for myself. And today, I realized maybe instead of driving the boat, driving the car, I'm going to take a back seat. And I'm going to take a back seat and enjoy this ride. And I'm going to change my perspective from understanding that there are a million cars around me, and I'm in the car that I'm in. And I'm living my life, and I'm driving on my road, on the road. The same road as you, but I'm driving in a different fucking lane. You know, and I don't gotta look right, I don't gotta look left. I don't have to look at what you have going on. I look at me. And I look at my tasks. I look at what I have to do. I look at who I've become today. Because who I've become today has been, I'm so fucking proud of. I'm so fucking proud of. You know, I have a funny story. So I rented a yacht in Italy, right? And I'm with this girl. And no shame to the girl. I mean, there's no bad feelings about this. I mean, it was just probably a thought that was being projected on myself, whatever. There are boats in the harbor. My boat it's a yacht, but it's not a yacht, you know? And we're riding. And I look left, I look right, and I see a yacht with a helicopter on the front and on the back. And I'm like, damn. And I start to get like pissed. Look to the right, fucking huge yacht. Look to the left, and then we go to like the restaurant. Go to the restaurant, and then we look out on the harbor. You see all these boats. And then you see our boat. And the boat looks like it's like miniature compared to all these big boats around. Then I started to realize, like, there's a person walking. There's a person on the beach with a towel. There's a person on the beach without a towel. There's a person not even in a beach club that's laying on the beach having the best time. There is a person out there on the beach with one towel, one bottle of wine, one person with them, and they're having the best time of their life. You know, and then I've realized, like, it doesn't fucking matter where you are, what you're doing. There's always something to fucking compare. I could be on the biggest yacht, and then the bigger yacht comes. Or I'm on the big yacht, and I remember the days when I was on the small one. You know? And it's like, be grateful. Be grateful for where you are. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful for where you've got to. You know, I was on a yacht in Italy while I was fucking homeless 4 years ago. Not a bad life, dude. Not a fucking bad life. I was getting kicked out of fucking people's houses, bro. They were fucking, I was like, dude, guys sleep on the couch? I'm trying to sleep on a dorm room couch. Fucking little ass room, half of the size of my fucking bedroom. Kicking me out. Ah, bro. You know? But I'm complaining. I'm on a yacht. Come on, bro. You know, there's more things to think about in life. And that just kind of was like a perspective of, oh, there's like a million levels to life, but at the same time, you have to enjoy the level you're at to be happy in life. Maybe that story sucked. Maybe that didn't make sense, but oh well, fuck it. Thanks.